All right. Sorry, there was some technical difficulties before, and that had gotten cut short. So, I kind of forgot where I was. I think I was talking about Black Lives Matter not being for the community, and they're pimping us out. But anyway, moving on. Um, we have to we have to stop. Well, first we need to be able to identify when something is for us and when it's not for us. And what I'm trying to do is make it easy to identify that for us. And it's super simple to rule. I've said it multiple times. I'll say it again. If it is for the quote unquote black man, then it is for the quote unquote black community. Because as he goes, so goes the community. Don't let these super liberal women out here, super liberal black women out here, try to tell you otherwise. Like, oh no, a woman could do anything that make no, that's not true. First of all, we're not equal. We're not the same. For obvious fucking reasons. I shouldn't have to go in depth explaining that. Okay. Y'all have y'all lane. We have our lane. Stay in your lane. It's not a good competition. We should be complementing one another. That is super simple. But at the end of the day, you can have all the strong, quote unquote, strong black women that you want. The other races don't respect that. They don't look at women and with the same through the same lens that they look at men. So as long as these quote unquote black men want to keep trying to compete with black men, we're not going anywhere. And that's a video for a different day that I definitely need to go in on. What's going on with this? All right, I could have sworn I turned those notifications off. But anyway, going on. So I'm gonna play this. This is a video of Kyrie Irving, that interview that he did when he returned from his little hiatus. Because he, actually he's gonna tell you what. But if you don't know who Kyrie Irving is, he's an NBA player. He's won a championship playing alongside LeBron James for the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2017, I think, maybe. I forget. Maybe might have been 16. I can't remember off the top of my head, but they won a championship. Kyrie is definitely one of the best players in the league. I'd say he's the top 10 player in the league. His play style, I personally don't really like, because he's a point guard, but he's not your prototypical point guard. He's a shoot first point guard. I think that the most assists he's ever averaged for his career might have been 6. And I don't like that. And also he's undersized. He's like 6'1". That adds to why he's so great, because he's 6'1", and he gets to he could light up the scoreboard. I'm not trying to take nothing away from him, but if I was building a team, a franchise, and I had some other picks out there, I would definitely be looking at them before I looked at Kyrie. And that's even with him being a top 10 talent, because again, I'm not sure what he can do by himself. All the success that he's been on teams with talent. And when he didn't have any talent, that his team was getting the number one pick in the draft every year. So anyway, going on, I'm going to let this video play. I'm going to chime in.
So it's just really exciting, just to be able to play with great players. That
this team looks different since the last time you were
sorry about that.
Out there on the floor. First, just your reaction to the deal and what the energy is like as you try to put everything together as a group.
Was very excited, just to have James here. Obviously, letting go of some of the pieces that have been here in the Nets organization for a while, even before I got here. It's going to be hard regardless. It's just the nature of the business.
Let's just take a look at his demeanor. This is a professional basketball player in the NBA, point guard, who's getting paid $30 million a year, who was just out for a few weeks, missed several games, broke the protocol, the COVID protocol, which states that players obviously can't be associating with in large groups of people and stuff like that. For obvious reasons. They're trying to have the season play out with with as few hiccups as possible, and he broke that. There was pictures of him circulating around Twitter and stuff like that of him allegedly. I don't know who his family is, but that's what they're saying it is, with family members and stuff like that. I get it. You don't want to be around your family and stuff like that. But it's one thing for me to do that. It's another thing completely when you're the point guard of a freaking multi-million-dollar organization and you're getting paid millions of dollars a year to do that job. You know, if my job told me, hey, you can't see your family at all for 8 months, then that's a decision that I have to make whether I want to, like abide by that or not. You know, and it's the same rules apply to him. If he didn't like that, then he could say, I'm going to sit out. I'm going to wait till this whole COVID thing, rolls over or whatever, whatnot. But let me be clear here. I'm not trying to, demonize Kyrie Irving. Mainly, again, this video is about mental health because I think that, obviously Kyrie, he comes off as an introvert, and then he also comes off as someone that wants to make a point and showing everybody how smart he is. And I always always believed, and this is also coming from personal experiences, that those who go out of their way to try to tell you how smart they are or try to exhibit their intelligence aren't that smart. I think that when things are, they just are, and you don't have to go out and prove, show and prove that, it is what it is. So I think there's something behind that too. I don't know why he feels the need to put that forth so diligently, but hey, he does. But then again, look at his demeanor. He's getting paid millions of dollars. He was just gone for some games. His team was losing games. He's back. He just came back. Look at his demeanor. My wife is a high school teacher. His demeanor is that of one of her students, a 16-year-old in school, don't want to be there. Is he aware of the energy that he's putting off? I don't know. He should be. He likes to speak as if he could see the world at such a greater perspective than all others. And again, I'm not trying to knock him. I'm just trying to point out that if we don't take care of ourselves, and if we don't have a good network of people in our corner that's going to be real with us, then we can literally implode and self-destruct. And I think, based off of what I see from him and what I hear, that I wouldn't be surprised if some crazy thing would have happened with Kyrie Irving. I wouldn't be surprised. It wouldn't surprise me at all. If someone's like, "Oh, you heard what happened to Kyrie?" or "You heard what Kyrie did?" or whatever, I would not be surprised at all.
We're all brothers still, so we're just moving on into the next phase of just developing as a team and just building some camaraderie and having fun.
Can you shed some light on what the last couple of weeks have been like for you and the time you needed off?
There's a lot of family and personal stuff going on, so just want to leave it at that.
A lot of family and personal stuff going on. I just want to leave it at that. Okay, I get it. Granted, that's personal. You want to keep it personal, that's fine. Keep it personal. But when you're getting paid $30 million a year, you owe a little bit more of a response. You just do. And I can think of 30 million reasons why. Especially when the team has lost games because of it. Like, things happen in life, brothers. Things happen. You make plans, and the plans fall through for this reason or that reason, because shit happens. That's out of your control. We don't really have that much control in life. But the things that we do control, we need to control them. So when things pop up, it can't be the sky's falling. You have to be able to compartmentalize things and move on. Understand it and move on. We can't just break down and, I need a break, I need a timeout. when things don't go the way you want them to go or the way you thought they would go. You can't just take a timeout and a pause every time something like that happens. One, because it's not an effective way to live, number one. Number two, it's a waste of your damn time. You know? Time is not infinite, it's finite. So it's not productive to just stop and every time something happens you gotta, you need a pep talk and shit. Like, nah, man, you gotta be able to compartmentalize and move on. And now again, I'm not a mental health professional, and obviously I'm sure that it's harder for some people to do, and those people probably need to see a mental health specialist. This is my point for the video. If you have a hard time dealing with things where you're getting paid $30 million a year and you have to just get up and leave and then just try to write it up to the game like, oh, I had some family issues I got to take care of. No, man. That's unacceptable. It's unprofessional. He didn't tell his team how long he's going to be out for. There wasn't much communication as far as the team says. Now, they could be lying to cover for him or whatever the case may be. That's possible. But based off of what they have stated, there has been poor communication. And they've been kind of in the dark with what he's been doing. And now he comes back and, look at his demeanor. And as you can see, he looks like he has some grays popping through.
Otis Livingston, CBS New York.
Hey, Kyrie, welcome back. As you look at the makeup of the team and how successful they have been, how do you see yourself fitting back in? Because you had obviously a huge role before, now coupled with James Harden in the mix.
Like I said, it's just really exciting, just to be able to play with great players that have, just been here in the league for a while, have been through ups and downs, the peaks and valleys. So, James is aligned with us in terms of just experience, and adding that to our locker room is going to be great for us.
They say, I think it's like 90% of what we say is through body language, and 10% is the actual words that we say. Keep that in mind while you're watching this.
Lika Andrews, ESPN.
Hi, Kyrie. I'm wondering if you were aware that you had violated the health and safety protocols and what that process was like for you in coming back and going through that investigation, one. And then secondly, what your communication was like with the team while you were away.
Happy to be back. Happy to be around these guys. Address the team, address everybody that need to be addressed. Now it's time to move on.
So he pretty much just ran away from that question. Address the team, address everyone that needed to be addressed. I don't think so, Kyrie. You're getting paid $30 million a year. All right, that's based on that money comes from fans. We live in a consumer society where you don't get, people think that they get paid from the boss or off their talents and stuff like that. And to a degree, yes, you do. Your boss does pay you, or the owner does write the check or sign the check. And, you are getting paid for what you've done based off your talent level that you exhibited. So to a degree, that's all correct. But that's not the full story. Because we live in a capitalist society where the market dictates how much money you make. And without the market is the consumer. All the Brooklyn Nets fans, all the NBA fans, that's who actually fucking pays you, Kyrie. So you say everyone that needed to be addressed was addressed. I don't think so. If people started boycotting Brooklyn Nets games because Kyrie Irving and they started losing money, then what would you say, Kyrie? And again, I'm not trying to harp on this guy because again, I don't know to what extent the mental health issues play a part. So that could be in there somewhere. But just from a surface level, that's not how it works. For instance, where I work right now, I work in corporate America. And, you could say the CEO or whoever's in charge of payroll, they sign the checks and stuff like that, and I get paid based off the time I put in and work and yada yada. But no, if the people that come into my job or my place of work or my company, people that do their shopping through us, if they dislike me for whatever reason, if they dislike me because of these YouTube videos and say, I'm going to boycott him, and I'm also going to boycott the company that he works for, and then the company started losing money, how much time you think will pass before the company let me go, and then I wasn't making that money anymore? And it's not like, Kyrie Irving could just go out on the street and then play basketball and get paid for it. No, there's people playing basketball out on the street every goddamn day. They don't get paid for it. And definitely not getting paid millions if they do get any kind of donations or tips, if you want to call it that. So, I think he needs to definitely do a better job when discussing things, especially with the media, and how he just chooses to speak about people. Because when you say everyone that needed to be addressed was addressed, there's millions of fans out there, Kyrie, that actually pay you. They weren't addressed. And if for someone to claim to be as smart as he does, you would think that he would have at least the scope to understand that he probably shouldn't say that like that. Even if he didn't want to disclose any further information, he could have went about that better.
Bruce Beck.
On the health and safety front.
I'm sorry, Malika, go ahead.
I just was circling back on the health and safety front.
Happy to be back. Thank you.
Bruce Beck, NBC New York.
Happy to be back. Come on, man. And then again, keep in mind his demeanor.
Kyrie, how supportive have your teammates and the organization been during this time?
It's been great. It's been enough support for me to, feel like they have my back. And, that's all I can ask for. The support, not only me, but my family. I'm a hometown kid, think a little different when, family or personal stuff going on. And that's up to me to handle that as a man. But yeah, I just take full accountability for it.
No, you don't take full accountability because you're hiding and running from the goddamn questions. And I don't care if you're a hometown kid and you chose to sign with the Brooklyn Nets. So now you get here, I don't want to hear no excuses. Oh, well, my family lives here. And like, nah, that's unprofessional. Unprofessional. And again, I don't know where the mental health issues come into play, but I'm willing to bet that obviously Kyrie should be talking to somebody, a mental health specialist. But I'm saying this to say I don't want to just come out too hard on it because I don't know how much of it is actually at play here. But look at the demeanor, ducking questions, talking about accountability when he's showing none. And obviously, I don't know what's going on. He said his person was saying, I don't know. But what I do know is no matter what, there's a certain level of decorum that you're supposed to have when you're a professional, especially when you're getting paid millions of dollars. Even if you weren't getting paid millions of dollars, if you're a professional doing whatever the hell you're doing as a professional, there's a certain level that needs to be satisfied. Like the bare minimum of professionalism, which he's not showing.
My absence with the guys and, just had a conversation with each one of them and we move on.
Christian Winfield, New York Daily News.
Hey, Kyrie, just wanted to ask, on a mental, maybe spiritual, emotional, even physical front, is everything okay with you?
Yo, this dude, look, come on, man. Come on. What are you, 5 years old? I asked my young nephew a question. That's the response he gives me.
Greg Logan, Newsday.
Kyrie, there was a report yesterday that you had purchased a house for George Floyd's family, which would be obviously a magnificent gesture. Can you confirm that and discuss what went into your thinking on that?
It was a team effort. Just want to continue to fulfill our purpose in serving a lot of the underserved communities. Those don't necessarily get the same attention from just others around. So just trying to do my part. Selfless service, that's all.
So this is a huge part. Now, Kyrie Irving purchased a home for George Floyd's family. And then he responds. But first, let's touch on that. Obviously, Kyrie Irving feels that he needs to do something to help the community, the underserved community, as he put. So he bought a house for George Floyd's family. That doesn't do anything for the fucking community, Kyrie. It doesn't. And if you want to miss games to do some shit like that, then that's not good. That's not good enough for me, man. It's not good enough. It appears to me that Kyrie Irving is trying to take on this weight of being some kind of social justice warrior. But him, L'chaim, I'm joking. But him, like many others, they don't know shit. They don't know shit, man. They don't know what to fucking do. You know, like that video I just did when I was silencing the woke. They don't know. They don't have no answers. They have no solutions. What the fuck is buying a house for George Floyd's family solving? What the fuck is that doing? Excuse my language, but what the fuck does that do? Huh? George Floyd is gone because he put himself in a rather precarious situation. Did he deserve to be taken out like that? No, it didn't. As far as I'm concerned, I don't think anyone deserves to go out like that. You know? If you're gonna execute someone, just execute him like that, though. So no. But at the end of the day, his decisions and his life choices put him in that position where he met his ultimate demise. He failed his family. And maybe someone in his family before him failed him. I don't know. I don't know George Floyd's family like that. I don't know. I would assume so, but I don't know for sure. So I can't say for sure. But buying a house for this dude's family, what the fuck is that doing, Kyrie? What is that doing? You're just wasting your fucking money. Now, they could be good people. I don't fucking know. I do know that George had a daughter. But if you want to do some help, Kyrie, but it seems like you want to, like your head is in the right place, but then it seems like you can't even handle it because you're having these breakdowns and you can't even do what the fuck you do to get paid. So if you're just going to spend some money on a house and you can't do what you're supposed to do to get paid, if you don't get paid, then who the hell are you helping? Because if obviously the money's the only thing that you think that you have to offer to help. So, no, if you want to help, Kyrie, listen to these videos. Listen to videos by other YouTubers, like Chronicles of Judah 144, even Young Pharaoh to a small degree, because sometimes he gets a little crazy with the shit that he be saying. General Seti, Tariq Nasheed, early Umar Johnson, Boyce Watkins, Dr. Claude Anderson. If you really want to help, read the Powernomics books. Really want to help, join the ALP Facebook group I got. Do that. You don't got to spend a goddamn dollar to help. Because, it's like I said, it's very simple. It's very simple. Through knowledge, through gained knowledge, and then applied knowledge, we can become financially free as a people, and then we can take our control of our lives. That doesn't happen by going around buying houses for deceased degenerates. No offense of George Floyd, but that's what he was. He was a degenerate.
Alex Schiffer, The Athletic.
Hey, Kyrie, welcome back. While you were away, were you able to regularly work out? And if so, did you have access to a gym or was it home workouts? Just what was your conditioning like while you were away?
No, it's just at home, man. Just working out.
What kind of answer is that? He said, oh, what kind of workouts were you doing in conditioning? Nah, I was just at home, man. Working out. So wait, were you just home? Or were you working out at home? Because if you're working out at home, just say, yeah, I was, working out at home. Oh my Lord Jesus, man. Mental health, brothers, is a real thing, man. Because what'll happen is you'll have problems, but you won't even know you have problems. And if you don't have the right people in your corner, this video could have easily went into who the hell's in your corner. Because if you don't have the right people in your corner, they'll allow you to literally self-destruct like this.
I am Mahoney, Associated Press.
Hey, Kyrie. A lot of stuff has obviously happened in the world the last couple of years. Has anything that's gone on made you change your commitment to basketball at all, minimize the importance of it?
It's just a separation between what's going on here, when I'm playing professionally and what's going on out in the world. And if you don't create that distinction, then it's easy to feel the weight of the world while you're going out there and playing. So, I would be lying sitting here and saying I don't feel what's going on in the world, and nor am I paying attention to it. I just have a huge responsibility, I feel, to continue to serve my community and the underserved. And, when I'm out here playing.
See, so if we get into it, he can't compartmentalize that he's an NBA player and that there's things going on in the world. It's affecting him. He just said it himself. He needs to talk to somebody about that. He needs to learn how to handle that, because how he's done so far is unacceptable, man. And it'll lead to him being out the goddamn league. And that's just facts. And he said he feels like he has the weight of the world on his shoulders. And he shouldn't. He shouldn't. I don't feel like I have the weight of the world on my shoulders. I believe that I have a duty because I have a level of knowledge and understanding, and I can perceive the world with this knowledge and understanding differently than others. So with that, I believe it to be my duty to assist as many of my people as I possibly can by sharing the knowledge. Because once we all have the knowledge, then we can apply the knowledge, and then we can begin to grow. But if I were to say, I don't know. I don't have those feelings of like the world is all on me or my nation is all on me. No. There's many brothers out there and sisters, some sisters, many brothers out there that are doing good work, that are doing great work. You don't hear about them because, again, they want to talk to you about George Floyd, Jake Blake, Breonna Taylor, all this shit. But they want to talk about all the good brothers that's doing a lot of great work, the work that we need to be done. Building our own towns and cities. They don't talk about that. So I would guess that Kyrie is unaware of this network of great quote unquote black minds that are doing great things in this country. Because if he had, I don't think that he would feel all this weight as he put on his shoulders. And I also don't think that he would have bought a house for George Floyd's fucking family. I don't know what the fuck that accomplished. No idea what the fuck that accomplished.
It's continue to leave knowledge with these guys and commit to something, like I always say, bigger than ourselves. This team environment here.
Leave knowledge, but I don't know. I have to question the level of knowledge that Kyrie Irving has as it pertains to this situation, the situation of America's original people and our status in this society. I'd have to question his knowledge. Purely, well, not just purely, but I could just raise a question based off of, you bought a house with George Floyd's fucking family, man. The fuck does that do for the people? I just, you know what I'm saying? What does that do for the people? For the community? You plan on buying everyone a house? You know what I'm saying? And even still, if you were to buy everyone in the community a house, what the fuck does that accomplish? What does it accomplish? Everybody has a new house now. Okay. Do they know how to maintain a house? Oh my God. Oh Lord.
Just in basketball in general, it takes sacrifice and compromise. And we got to come to an agreement and just staying balanced throughout this long journey. So that's all I'm trying to do.
Ian Begley, SNY.
Hey, Kyrie, I know, you said that why you were out was a personal matter and you're just leaving it at that, but I'm just curious, like, for the net fan out there who, was living and dying with you guys and wasn't sure why you were not playing and was frustrated by that, would you have any explanation to that fan?
Well, the beautiful thing about that is that I started off as a fanatic, and I started off as a fan. I've been invested in this organization since I was a kid, and also now that I'm in this role as a player, there is quite a difference. And, the fans out there, want to apologize to them as well. My commitment has always been to bringing something special to Brooklyn. It wasn't just a championship. It was unity, it was equality. It was just bigger things than just the game itself. It took quite a while and quite a few valleys to get back home initially, So for me, I'm just taking every day, just being grateful, but for the casual or the fanatic, it's part of our culture. And, I'm back. I'm happy to be back. And we got some great pieces, and we just move on. And I let my actions and my game speak for itself like I planned on doing, just needed a pause.
Barbara Barker, Newsday. All right, we'll move on back to Greg Logan with Newsday.
Kyrie, two things. We know that politically and socially, the country has been fractured the last 4 years. What do you hope happens after this inauguration tomorrow? And also, secondly, do you feel like you can still find your joy playing basketball?
Thing that is, pretty interesting in watching when you take a break from everything. There's just so many assumptions about what's going on. And so many people feel like they know me best. They have no idea who I am, nor what I'm about, or what I stand for, or even attempt to take the time, or even for me to invite them to take the time. So it's a two-way street.
I'm gonna run this a little bit.
No idea who I am. Pretty interesting in watching when you take a break from everything. There's just so many assumptions about what's going on.
Let me stop right there. When you take a break from something, there's so many assumptions about what's going on. You know what that is, people? When you aren't clear, when you don't communicate things, you leave people with no other option but to make assumptions. That's how it is. Think of it like a formula. If you don't communicate and you're not clear, people are going to make assumptions about what's going on. 10 out of 10 times. So I don't think that it's funny. Like, yeah, he just said, that's natural. And then that happened because you didn't do your part, Kyrie.
And so many people feel like they know me best. They have no idea who I am, nor what I'm about, or what I stand for, or even attempt to take the time, or even for me to invite them to take the time. So it's a two-way street.
It's talking in circles. That's what I'm talking about. He does all this talking. Like he needs help, man. This guy needs help. Because what the fuck are you talking about? People don't know you. They don't take the time, but then you don't give them the time. So then what the fuck do you expect when you don't say nothing? You're not speaking rationally. None of that is rational. None of it. Because it's one thing if you were to sit here and say, people, they speculate and they're all wrong, but it's fine. I get it. I didn't say anything, so it is what it is. Moving on. But you don't sit here and try to scoff people, they speculate and they think they know me. What the fuck did you think? It's sad, man.
And when things become overwhelming in life, you just got to take a step back and realize what's important. And I love to play. That's never been questioned. I've committed myself, when this wasn't even a thing for me. You know, I didn't really care about media, didn't really care about the fandom. All I cared about was just the ethics of the game and being taught the fundamentals. And now that it's become bigger and the responsibility that I have in this position I'm in, I'm grateful because I'm able to stand on this platform with others alongside of me that have sacrificed and are going through similar things. So I'm not alone in this. And, you know, that's just a big thing about also mental health, you know, just coming in and being balanced with yourself first and then being able to perform.
Yes, Kyrie, mental health is huge. And it's funny that he would even say that because his mental health is in question, at least in my mind. And if anyone who's watching this, I'm sure at this point it will be in your mind as well. Mental health is huge. And it doesn't get spoken about nearly as often as it should be, especially in the Black community, especially as it pertains to the quote-unquote Black man.
You know, with everything going on in the world, politically, socially, like I said, it's hard to ignore. I want to make changes daily. You know, there are so many oppressed communities, so many things going on that are bigger than just a ball going in the rim. So for me, I just, like I said, it's just a balance of it, of knowing I can delegate my responsibilities off the court to people that I'm surrounded around that are for the fight and are fighting behind the scenes and in front in the lines. And, you know, like I said, I'm not the only one that's fighting, so I'm grateful to unify with others. And that's all I've tried to do. And on the court, the same way, just.
Yeah, it's apparent that he just has a hard time, obviously, compartmentalizing things and, like he said, take a step back. But then he actually literally took steps away from his job. No, you got to be able to take a step back mentally and figuratively. You know, you don't actually like take a step back, motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, in your mind, you say, okay, I gotta, you know, boom, 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 boom. That's it. You don't actually fucking go on a fucking, you know, a hiatus from your job because of stuff like this. Or because of anything for that matter. You know, you don't do that. You don't do that. You have a responsibility to yourself and others, your family, for the most part. He's talking about responsibility to all the other freaking quote-unquote disenfranchised and underserved communities. And there's other people out there fighting the fight. I want to know what exactly is his goal? What's his fucking end goal? Because again, I'll say it again and again till the cows come home. Unless it's directly benefiting the Black man, i.e. helping him reclaim his proper seat at the top of the home as a patriarch and getting him out of jail, keeping him out of jail, you know, all these things, then it's not going to do shit. It's just putting freaking a Band-Aid on a goddamn machete wound. You know what I'm saying? Jason Voorhees just fucking took the machete to your fucking leg, and that's like putting a Band-Aid on it, man. Okay? That doesn't solve anything. The blood is still going to keep gushing out. Probably going to get infected, and you probably don't have that much time to live anyway at this point with a goddamn Band-Aid on your goddamn machete wound.
Able to smile, leave something that I've felt very dear to my heart with this game. And then, you know, whatever my legacy is after that as a person, that's all I really care about.
Vince Goodwill, Yahoo Sports.
Hey, Kyrie, you've long mentioned how you are a symbol for something greater besides being a basketball player. What message do you want people to take from your absence and now showing back up, not necessarily your fans of the Brooklyn Nets, but people who view you as something greater?
Well, as you can see, you know, there's a deeper level of emotions that I have for helping and serving people around the world. And I've done it since I was a kid. I'll continue on way after basketball. And basketball has given enough, when I say perspective and attention on some of the things I've been into. And now that my life has changed, you know, with that change comes accepting that there are older versions of me that I didn't necessarily like, or things that I would like to do different, or conversations I would like to have with different people to address, you know, man-to-man talk or man-to-woman talk, or just honest talk. And we all deserve that. And, you know, there's nothing normal about this life. that I live. It's just something I've come to accept and embrace as, let me use this as a tool to be able to change things that I want to see in the world. And I have to be honest with myself about how much energy I give that and how many others I'm actually impacting. So when I remove myself from something, you can definitely feel the weight, and the absence definitely means something. And I'm aware of that. And like I said, I take full accountability. And to those who are leading with me and also following alongside, walking alongside me, we're going to get through this. And this world is a wacky place at times, but as long as we persevere together and as long as we continue to just tell each other the truth about how we feel about each other, that's a big thing. I just want honesty. And in order to be honest, I got to be honest myself. And that's the first thing. So I know I can talk in circles and I know all these words get used, but I'm just being honest here. It's been a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Talking circles. You know what? That's about it on this, because it's pretty goddamn sad, and I'm worried, what the future brings for this brother. Hopefully he can get some mental help and learn how to, conduct himself in a more proper way when it comes to things like this. That way he doesn't feel like he has to just up and leave and stuff like that. And in that way also maybe in the future, so that he doesn't fold underneath all this pressure that he feels. It's a shame that he feels that way. And again, like I said before, for me, it's easy. It's very simple for me. And obviously I'm not a millionaire. I don't have the platform that Kyrie Irving has. But even if I did, it's still the same. Because when you're grounded in something greater than yourself, you always have a go-to. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, I'm not super religious, okay? But I do adhere to many of the things in the Bible. And I use that as a grounding tool. And because I have that as a base, and my morals and values align with it, then I never stray too far off path. And everything that I do can be, I can use the Bible as a resource tool. Like, hey, boom, I feel like this regarding this situation, or I think this about this because of this, and I could point directly to the Bible, and we're in the Bible where it says it, and so on and so forth. So I don't have all that on me, not at all. Like I said, if I have 4,000 followers on Instagram, if I had freaking 400,000 or 4 million, it would be the same approach. Same approach. Because there's one way. There's one way. And that's what I hear a lot too. People trying to say, oh, there's multiple ways. And no. There's one way. There's one fucking way. And it's the way that's going to be led by the black man, the quote unquote black man. With that being said, I'm out.